Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning training. This is Gregory Muscari up here in Bozeman, Montana. And I'm very excited because today we have a very special training for you. And the topic is telling stories from the heart. And we have two very special people, actually extraordinary members of our LifeWave community that are going to be sharing with you. And it's Barry and Gayla Gordon. And they have such a diverse and list of accomplishments and backgrounds. I could spend the whole call just talking about them, but briefly, Barry is a physicist, a meta-physicist, homeopath, motivational and transformational keynote speaker, workshop leader, minister of mirth. I want to learn more about that, Barry. Plus many other healing modalities. And Gayla, his beloved wife, and partner in life, is a creative visionary. She's an author, artist, motivational speaker, doctor of divinity. She's also a minister of mirth. I guess they make people laugh a lot together. Advanced energy psychology coach, transformational life coaching. Who doesn't want that? And much, much more. And together, they've traveled the world seeking and sharing wisdom of the ages. They've been on the path and seeking and teaching since the 60s. And their deep perceptions and lighthearted wisdom inspires profound transformation in those that they get around. And so they're also LifeWave leading preferred customer sponsors. On two different occasions, they were second and third top sponsors in the world for LifeWave. So these folks know how to share the good news about LifeWave and X39. And if you want to learn more about them, you can go to their website, feelfreefast.com. Who doesn't want to feel free fast, right? So today, Gayla did it, and Barry are going to share with you a special training on creating stories from the heart. So it's certainly my honor and privilege to introduce you to Gayla and Barry. And come on board, folks. There
Hi.
you are. Welcome. We are so excited to have you here today and your willingness to share some of your profound wisdom relevant to our Live Younger LifeWave community.
Thank you so much, Gregory. Yeah. That was a lovely introduction.
We had a really great laugh while you were talking about us. It's funny to hear about yourself, It
is always interesting. Yeah. And bios are so long, I had to crunch it to get it in there.
Well, I'm 79 yesterday.
Woo!
And
I'll be 81 next week.
Oh my God, you guys look like kids.
Well, guess why?
X39.
There you go. You can't believe, if you saw the pictures, you go, wow, how'd that happen?
Yeah. It's been wonderful for us, for sure. Well, and we've been into network marketing. I started in 1976. And have had wonderful products all my life. So they've all helped, but we've never seen anything like X39. Of course, the world hasn't seen anything like this before. So it's really, really a blessing and a miracle. And it's what the world's been waiting for. So we're so thrilled to be part of it. Yeah.
Oh, and we're thrilled to have you a part of it. And
Thank you.
And actually, that's why stories are so important.
Yes.
Because, X39 is such a radical concept. Mm-hmm. When you're talking to people about it, you may think they're understanding what you're saying. My experience is they don't really get it.
It's over their head.
It's over, because their mind, human minds are in a rut, basically. We are conditioned and we think and feel and sense in certain ways, everybody differently, but in our own way. It's like a pattern that just keeps repeating. And then when new information comes in,
we think we know it all already. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And we may appreciate it intellectually, but that doesn't mean we actually understand it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you can tell someone about X39 and they're looking at it just like they take their supplements.
Right.
There's no connection.
No, there's no connection. They don't have a clue. And, how could they? Because the world has never seen anything like this before. So anyway, maybe we should get into the slideshow.
Right. We're going to show you our slideshow today.
I'm going to
first.
Turn it over to you. So it's all yours.
So I'm going to put it on screen share. Okay, pages, not pages.
Uh-oh.
Where's
Where'd it go, dear?
Where'd it go? It should be, it's open on full screen. So
Down at the bottom of your screen, maybe move slide your cursor down and it might appear.
yeah, I'm trying to find the keynote
Oh dear.
page. Is it, oh, that's desktop.
There we go.
No, but that's not what they're seeing. And that didn't bring up, this is interesting.
Technology is,
Yeah.
if
If I could share the screen, you could just tell me when to click forward to the next slide.
Yeah, it's not showing me, how when you go to the screen share, it shows you everything you have open.
Yes.
And you can click on one. Well, I have Keynote open.
Okay.
I'm going to take Keynote out of, let's see if that does it. And then I'm going to close.
oh boy.
Wait a second. I'm going to close screen sheet. Okay, here we go. Okay. There. Can you see that, Gregory?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
We
great.
can talk. So,
All right, well, so we're not going to talk a lot during the slides, but if you have questions, put them in the chat and we will come to them at the end. It's only a few slides, a dozen. And we're just going to let you have the experience. We'll read to you whatever they say in case you are on a phone or something where you can't read them. But we're just going to let you take the slides and the messages into your heart.
right.
And then at the end,
We'll explain why we're doing it this way at the
Yeah.
end. Right.
yeah, okay, okay.
Okay. So,
So this is a fact. Whenever a person thinks or feels that they're in a sales situation, their subconscious, quote, hidden brain will automatically trigger defense emotions. And I do want to say here that the hidden brain is the name that psychologists and neuroscientists are now calling our subconscious minds. Our subconscious minds are incredibly powerful. They're what run our life in actuality. And they're hidden from us. Everything that happens, we're not seeing it consciously. So that's something to be really aware of.
and we'll talk more about that at the end of the slides.
So when a person feels they're in a sales situation, their subconscious hidden brain will automatically trigger defense emotions. Okay. So even when you think you're sharing something, if you're presenting any product, the person's subconscious gut feelings will interpret your intentions as if you are trying to sell that product, and their subconscious defenses will be filtering every word you say.
Neuroscience has proven each and every decision you make is based on your subconscious emotional reactions. Microseconds later, your subconscious mind justifies the verdict. This is one of the most important understandings you'll ever get in life, which we'll go into a little more deeply later. Every decision you make is based on subconscious emotional reactions that are happening about 5 microseconds faster than your conscious mind is aware of them, and you notice them after they become active.
The heart is emotional. The heart sends more neural traffic to your brain than the brain sends to your heart. Now think about this. Every experience you have had in your whole life long has had either one or both, either thinking, either thoughts or feelings attached to it. It's your thoughts or feelings that create your experience. Thoughts or feelings in every moment create your experience. Right now, you're thinking about these slides or you're feeling them is creating your experience. Feelings are much, much stronger than thoughts. So if you're thinking about this, it's not going in as deeply as if you're actually feeling something. And we also have different parts of our brain. The right brain works in pictures, the left brain in words. So a slide is designed to trigger the right side of your brain, whereas the words will be triggering the left side.
And that's why the stories are so important, because with a story, you're using words, but you're painting a picture with the words.
Exactly.
Researchers discovered the heart has a high degree of control over the emotions. The heart seems to have a mind of its own. In many cultures and languages, it's called the heart mind, actually. Thoughts are secondary and less powerful than emotions. Thoughts rationalize emotions after they are consciously perceived.
Therefore, even though you may have presented dozens of compelling reasons about why the wonders of X39, the person may still decline to purchase.
Because they haven't been emotionally engaged.
And they've got thoughts and ideas from the past that have conditioned them to believe in a certain way. Like that their physician who's wearing a white coat and a stethoscope to have a lot of authority, that he is the last word on things, and who are we to talk to them about their health?
That's right. Yeah.
So
they've taken on the kind of, this physician has taken on the shamanic power by having temples called hospitals and then wearing uniforms just like the shamans wear feathers, right?
Right,
I know.
exactly.
Yeah, it's really funny. But we don't know that because we've been taught that that's not what's happening. That's everything's very scientific.
Right.
I'm going to say something about that after the slides.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. So you've heard facts tell, stories sell, but really there's one component that was missing in that. Facts do tell. People love the science. I mean, the science is the foundation, but it's heartfelt stories that sell. Heartfelt.
Every person you talk to is unique.
Your stories
Must connect to them, heart to heart,
not mind to mind. Well, mind to mind does come into the picture.
Yeah, well, I think it's really, you have a whole mind. We're not talking about your total mind. We're talking about your intellectual mind, your thinking mind.
Right.
Right. You need to be in the emotional feelings in your heart, which is actually not part of our culture. So we should talk about that after.
So how do you do it? You've all heard, listen, listen, listen. You've all heard that over and over again. And people hear it, but not necessarily know how to do it. People think they're listening when maybe they're really just listening enough to be able to come to what they want to say. But if you listen truly 100% to them without wondering what you're going to say next. You hear it, you feel it, you take it into your heart, what they're saying, as if you are them, actually, in a way. And then you respond. Before you even ever think about responding, you just take it in and sit with it for microseconds even. You don't have to sit there like a dummy for a few minutes. We're not saying that. We're just saying, have the experience of being with them, not like, well, how am I going to respond to what they're saying? No, just listen. And then once you're connected heart to heart, mind to mind will automatically follow.
Yeah, people really want to be heard. You want them to feel that they've been heard. That can make a tremendous difference in people's lives. Now the listening is actually a little harder for us guys because we want to fix everybody.
That's very.
We go into fix
important.
mode right away.
That's really important.
Women maybe not as fast, but even for women, they have to learn to listen.
Right. So when you tap into the power and intelligence of your heart's intuition, it awakens you to the best version of yourself and connects you with the vibration of universal love, which is irresistible and joyfully contagious. And this actually goes into other dimensions. I mean, it's really, that's why this slide is purple. It's really a spiritual teaching. Universal love. And universal love is joyfully contagious because it's unconditional. And very few people even have the benefit of receiving unconditional love. Most of us didn't get it from our parents. You know, we had to be good. We had to do things a certain way. We didn't get it from our schools when we were young and impressionable. And we didn't even get it from our universities. You know, we had to get all the questions right on the exams. It wasn't unconditional. We had to shape up, right?
Right, yeah.
So when you tap into universal unconditional love, it awakens something in your heart. And when you're following your heart's intuition rather than your mind's conditioning, that's the key to tapping into this. And I think people really, I know, I feel that people really, really respond to it.
That's right. And you know your universal love when there are absolutely no judgments going through your mind.
Right. Transforming yourself into a heart-centered person will translate into ultra-successful relationships in your life and, of course, in LifeWave.
Isn't LifeWave a great name?
LifeWave is a great name. LifeWave is a great company. And we've been on this path of health and healing and spiritual awareness for our whole lifetime.
Yeah, really.
And at least since we were adults.
Like 50 years, I guess, huh?
Each.
Yeah, each, right.
So over 100 years between us.
Maybe 60 years. Each.
And, you know, I've been with some great companies, really, I have. And, but none of them have touched my heart in the way that LifeWave is touching our hearts, right?
It's true.
I mean, there's something, you know, Edgar Cayce said that the future of healing will be with light. They could have called this company LightWave, you know, LifeWave, LightWave, Wave is you. Okay, Mr. Physicist.
Oh, the physics, but then I'll be telling facts. Yeah, you know, we're really just energy. Energy expresses itself in waves. So life is a wave. Life is like an infinite number of waves. And LifeWave products are actually activating certain waves that make you healthy. But
anyway, it's wonderful.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That was a digression.
that was a digression. Anyway, we thank you for watching the slideshow, and now we're really happy to hear whatever you want to tell us.
Okay, I'm gonna
So,
come out of screen share. Let's see.
by the way, that's our little dog, Raji. We have 2 Pomeranians, but the other one isn't photogenic. She won't sit still for a picture.
And
And we're all patched in that picture. Raji gets our patches. When we take them off of us, we put them on him. And it's made a huge difference in his life too.
so Gregory is going to be watching the chat, but
Okay.
let's talk about a couple things until he asks us
Okay.
the question. Okay. So
So are they seeing, what are they seeing on the screen right now?
this up here,
Oh,
us.
oh, hi.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
I can open the chat right here because there's 18 things in the
Gregory,
chat.
do we have anything
Here, let's see.
burning? Oh, look at that.
Wow.
I don't know about burning, but I got a whole page full of notes.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. I love it.
Yeah, we actually have more stories that we could tell, but I don't think we have time. But
Well, we got another 8 minutes before the bottom of the hour. So if you
okay.
gems, you teased us saying, and we'll talk more about that after the slideshow, but you said so much heartfelt, joyfully contagious. I love that idea, and people, listen with their ears, but they have to hear with their heart. And there's a big difference between hearing a metabolic function and listening, which is more of a spiritual function and connecting with people. And, and the chats, people are loving. I'm looking at the chats. It's mostly just people are commenting how delighted they are in everything you've shared with us, this beautiful wisdom. And, LifeWave, and I'm thinking about it. You really drew me deeper on that. LifeWave, it's the wave energy, and you being a physicist.
Yeah, right.
That and David infuses a different wave energy in every patch.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. And David's so light. But, if you think about it, instead of trying to change a body physically or a mind physically, we're going into a deeper level because underneath the physical is the light body. Mm-hmm. So when you try to change the physical, it's got a lot of momentum in the way it's going, right? It's, how hard it is to change your mind for a habit. Yep. Although we have ways to do it quickly. But the patches are going into the light level, where the communication's instantaneous, at the speed of light, right? Which is, pretty much instantaneous. So the message of healing gets to the soul instantaneously instead of having to go through physical matter, and changes take place.
And the beautiful thing, I think that one of the take-home messages, and there are many here, is heart info tells, our brain seeks info, but our hearts, want to feel it. And that heartfelt feeling, and that's why I sometimes say a person, I should say a mind convinced against their will remains the same ever still, because their hearts are in it. And until you throw your heart over the bar, until you connect with them, and the way you connect is to listen, not to tell, and you guys, this is just a tip of the iceberg. I know of trainings you'll be doing with us and sharing and mentoring. And I do want to mention that you guys have a website and you do personal coaching. So if this touches anyone's heart, you can go to the website, which is Feel Free Fast. I just love that name. Good catch on that.
Yeah.
feelfreefast.com, with Barry and Gayla. But is there anything else that?
I see 2 things in the chat. One was somebody said, how long have we been in LifeWave? And we started just before the pandemic.
Yeah, right.
Like early in February, and the pandemic had left. Yeah, we had never mind. That's a story.
Going to that story.
We've got a story that goes with that one. But anyway, so just a little bit more than a year. And then the other thing is people were asking about using the patches on our dogs. So the thing is, we think we know that the patches last a little bit longer than the 12 hours we're supposed to be wearing them. So when we take them off, we wear ours during the day. And of course, our dogs are small, they're Pomeranians. So we figure they don't need the full juice of the patch, but we stick it on the Pomeranian right on their fur, and we find patches all over the house.
There
Yeah,
you
you've
go.
got it on the collar. Okay.
And I'll tell you, one of our Pomeranians, the one in the picture, during a dental operation, they collapsed his trachea.
Yeah.
And
so he was coughing 24 hours a
it
day, even in his sleep. He was
it was hard for us to sleep.
It was.
Yeah.
And since the patches, now he only coughs when he's excited, when there's food or somebody comes to the door. That's it. No more coughing. So it's been wonderful for him.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
And we had
there you go. But you can also just stick it right on their fur, and if it doesn't have enough sticky on it because you've worn it maybe in the shower or whatever, you can use double stick tape on the back. I mean, any way you want to go, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Right.
It works.
This is my cat Max's collar.
Oh.
Yesterday's X39 glutathione and carnosine.
Perfect.
Boy, your cat's going to get smarter than you.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay. And then there was another question too. I forget what it was though. Oh, that was it. I guess that was the two. Those were the two questions.
And the dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
And
can we continue this in another session?
It's up here. There's one that says, I've heard that reaching someone takes 7 exposures. We will need to stay in unconditional love through every conversation. Well, I keep hearing that, but I'll tell you something. How many times have you had someone come to your home to sell you something, and if you didn't buy it then, you weren't going to get it, right? A lot of sales, and in fact, Gayla and I have been in situations like that where you had to really make the sale on just one meeting.
Yeah.
Right. So what we're telling you is that the reason it takes people 7 times or 10 times is because they haven't connected from the heart.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like Robin, when Kai Jacobson called us, connected on that first call. There was no second call. There was no third.
Right.
There's been many calls ever since.
Right.
But the decision was made on the first call.
Well, you guys are automatically heart connected. I mean, we felt it from day one. You guys really live the whole thing of being heart connected. That's who you are. And we try to do that too. I don't know if we try or we actually do it.
We do it.
I think we do it.
Well, I mean, everybody drops out once in a while.
People feel it, they can feel it in the twinkle in your eye. I mean, when you're talking with a twinkle in your eye because your heart's so excited and vibrant and alive, it's a whole different thing than if you're just spewing facts at people, and I mean, we've got huge amounts. Barry's got enormous, decades of science.
It's amazing what you can fit in this little thing here.
Yeah. But I'm always reminding him, don't talk the science, just talk the essence.
Tell the story.
Yeah, tell a story.
And there's a Tibetan saying, I've heard the Dalai Lama say this, that if you want to be happy, focus on helping other people to be happy. Beautiful. So the word happy means a lot of things more than just happy. It means healthy, wealthy, whatever it is that they need to fulfill themselves, right? If you go from that attitude, then you can start to listen because you're caring for them instead of only caring for yourself. I'm not saying don't care for yourself. It has to be a balance, but your attention is on the other person. You're so interested in them. You're there to help them be happy and well.
Tiffany, we should call this industry direct service.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
About that, we are in the direct service business.
That's right. That's wonderful.
That's
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody asked us to say the website again, our website, which is feel, like feeling in your heart, feel free, woohoo, fast, quickly, now, right this second, woohoo, feelfreefast.com. Yeah.
You know, and I know people would like to continue this, and I'm just spontaneous thinking, you know, every Thursday morning we have a business chat. And if you guys would like to join us on Thursday morning, I know you're on there sometimes. Maybe we could continue this coming Thursday morning on the business chat and have it an extended open conversation in an open and, community format to discuss this whole concept of telling stories from the heart. Because this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where, connections happen. And I've always said our goal is to develop long-term, mutually rewarding relationships. And that comes from a heart of service. Yeah.
Sounds like fun to me.
And that's good, because actually, so we're telling you, maybe it sounds easy while we're talking about it, right? But actually, you have to work on yourself to get into that heart space.
Yeah.
It
doesn't come naturally to most people.
No, when you were born, you were in the heart space, but then you were trained not to be in that heart space.
Right.
It was completely cut out.
Right.
So there really are ways to get into the heart space and to practice. And one of the powers of network marketing or direct service is that it forces you to look at yourself. If you want to be successful, you have to look at yourself and transform the parts of you that get in the way of you being successful. That only really happens when you get into your heart space, listening to yourself and observing your own self from your heart space. That's the first step in transformation. So, and actually, my experience is now that one of the first steps for doing that, for feeling free fast, is self-forgiveness. You can't do it cognitively because your subconscious mind is designed to protect you from pain by holding you in the shame, blame, and guilt, which is actually a deeper pain, actually. It's crazy, isn't it? So your mind will just always take you away. It will dissociate. And so you're trying to work on yourself and your mind is somewhere else and you don't even, what happened? I was trying to do. So it's a process in which you actually need help. Someone has to be there as an anchor for your consciousness, usually. And the self-forgiveness is a way to let go of all the shame, blame, and guilt, which is actually, it doesn't matter what the story is, underlying that story, your life story, the shame, blame, and guilt is what's causing all of your problems. And as it dissolves, your life changes. It's not, there's no direct relationship. It just changes.
It reminds me of training one of my friends gave one time metaphorically about the difference between baggage and luggage. You got to hang on to your luggage, which is the stuff you need and love, but you could drop some of that baggage.
Yeah, really.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Ditch that.
So a couple of people have asked about our success in the PC program, but let's save that for your Thursday morning thing. How's that?
Beautiful.
We'd love to talk about that. We'd love to, but that's a whole conversation in itself.
It's going to be a juicy call on Thursday, everyone. So invite your friends, family. It's good for everyone, prospects, customers, and distributors. It's open to all. And gosh, I am just so delighted that this came together miraculously,
Yeah, really. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you all. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste just means I see the light, the love, and the heart within you, and I honor it all. That's the actual definition of namaste. I see the light, the love, and the heart within you, and I honor it all.
Oh, beautiful. And we honor you. What a treat to have you with us today.
Thank you, Gregory.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
exceeded my grandest expectations.
Gregory is really beaming.
I know.
It's, God, you're so beautiful.
We
It's
feel
like,
your heart.
you should get a screenshot of yourself right now.
Your heart is tickling our hearts.
Yeah, I got a screenshot of both of us. Okay. Okay, well, good day, everyone. Have a blessed weekend. This was such a delightful call, and keep patching.
Yeah, keep patching.
All right. See y'all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.